6 exercises you'll regret ignoring in 10 years. Exercise number 1 will surprise you. Have you ever stopped to think about what your body will be like 10 years from now? Picture yourself in the future, realizing that small choices you make today could have completely changed your health, strength, and quality of life. If that idea makes you reflect, now is the time to act. And the best part, you don't need expensive equipment or hours at the gym. There are simple yet extremely effective exercises that can be done at home and will have you thanking yourself in the future. In this video, I'll share 6 essential exercises that work on strength, mobility, endurance, and stability. And believe me, exercise number 1 will truly surprise you. That's why I recommend watching until the end. Your future self will definitely thank you. Number 6, wall angels. Wall angels are essential for those who want to preserve shoulder mobility and thoracic spine health. Ignoring this exercise can lead to muscle stiffness and poor posture, especially if you spend many hours in front of a computer or on your phone. It's excellent for reversing the effects of rounded shoulders and hunched backs, issues that become more common with aging and poor postural habits. To perform it, stand against a wall with your heels, glutes, and upper back supported. Position your arms bent at 90 degrees, with the backs of your hands touching the wall. From this position, slowly slide your arms up and down, maintaining contact with the wall throughout the movement. The idea is to mimic the motion of making a snow angel, but with a focus on maintaining spinal and shoulder stability. What makes this exercise indispensable is its ability to reverse chest muscle tightness and strengthen the muscles of the back and shoulders, promoting better posture over time. With regular practice, you'll notice that everyday tasks like reaching for high shelves or even driving become easier and less uncomfortable. Moreover, improving shoulder mobility significantly reduces the risk of injuries that often arise with age and a lack of proper movement. Many people only realize the importance of shoulder mobility when they start experiencing pain or limitations. That's why dedicating a few minutes of your day to this exercise can save you years of discomfort and challenges. An important tip to maximize results is to pay attention to your breathing during the exercise. Inhale as you raise your arms and exhale as you lower them, always keeping your abdominal muscles slightly engaged to protect your lower back. If it's difficult to keep your hands against the wall at first, don't worry. With time and practice, your range of motion will improve. If you feel pain and not just slight muscle discomfort, stop the exercise and consult a professional. Small consistencies today ensure mobility and independence tomorrow. Number 5, supine leg circles. Supine leg circles are a frequently overlooked exercise, but offer tremendous benefits for hip mobility, lower abdominal strength, and lower back stabilization. This practice is especially important because the hip is one of the most essential joints for overall mobility, and stiffness in this area can directly affect your ability to walk, squat, or simply get up from a chair. Weakness in the lower core is also linked to lower back pain and poor posture, issues that can worsen over time if left unaddressed. To perform the exercise, lie on your back with your legs extended and your arms at your sides, palms facing down. Lift one leg until it forms a 90-degree angle with the floor, keeping the other leg stretched out and firmly on the ground. From this position, make slow, controlled circular movements with the elevated leg. The goal is to move only the working leg while keeping the rest of the body stable. Complete the repetitions in one direction, then reverse the direction of the circles. It's important to keep your lower back pressed against the floor throughout the exercise. If you feel your lower back lifting, reduce the size of the circles or slightly bend the leg resting on the ground for better stability. The focus here is on movement quality, not exaggerated range. With practice, your mobility will improve, allowing you to make larger circles without losing control. This exercise effectively targets the lower core muscles, helping to prevent that feeling of hip stiffness that many people experience as they age. Additionally, it improves body awareness and strengthens the pelvic stabilizer muscles, which are crucial for injury prevention, especially when performing rotational movements or lifting weights. A common mistake is performing the movement too quickly, which not only reduces the exercise's effectiveness, but can also strain the hip joint. Remember, slow and controlled movements provide more efficient and safer muscle engagement. If you're just starting out, begin with small circles and gradually increase the size as you gain confidence and control. Consistency with this exercise may seem subtle at first, but the results accumulate. Imagine being able to squat easily, sit on the floor to play with your grandchildren, or simply stand up from a chair effortlessly in a few years. All of this is possible when you take the time to care for your hip mobility and strength. Number 4. Body weight good morning. The body weight good morning is one of those underrated exercises that, when incorporated into your routine, can completely transform your body's strength and stability. This movement intensely targets the posterior chain, which includes key muscles like the hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. Strengthening these muscles is essential for maintaining proper posture and preventing back pain, one of the most common complaints among people who spend long hours sitting or practicing poor posture in daily life. As the years go by, it's common for the posterior muscles to weaken, while the muscles at the front of the body, especially the hip flexors, shorten, creating a dangerous imbalance. This discrepancy can lead to injuries, stiffness, and limitations in simple movements like squatting to pick up an object or bending down to tie your shoes. To perform the good morning, stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Place your hands behind your head or cross your arms over your chest, keeping your elbows open. Begin by slowly hinging your torso forward as if you were greeting someone with a good morning, hence the exercise's name. Keep your spine neutral throughout the movement and push your hips back, feeling a slight stretch in the back of your thighs. Lower until you feel tension without rounding your back, then slowly return to the starting position. The key to this exercise's effectiveness lies in controlled execution and conscious muscle activation. Avoid bending your knees excessively and don't let your back round. The movement should initiate from your hips, not your lower back. If you already feel some tightness in the back of your legs, you'll notice the immediate stretch this exercise provides. As you gain flexibility and strength, your range of motion can naturally increase. But why should you prioritize this exercise? Because over time, a lack of strength in the posterior chain not only causes pain, but also hinders your ability to perform everyday tasks safely. Lifting a box, pushing a shopping cart, or even standing for long periods requires these muscles to be well conditioned. When they fail, the lower back often compensates, leading to injuries that can become chronic. Another great advantage of the good morning is the improvement in body awareness. By learning to move with control and protect your spine, you gain more confidence when performing daily movements. It's not uncommon to see people injure themselves doing simple gestures simply because they don't pay attention to their posture. With regular practice, these risks decrease significantly. Want to make the exercise more challenging? If you're comfortable with the body weight version, you can hold water bottles or even wear a backpack with books to increase resistance. But be careful, never sacrifice proper form for more weight. If in doubt, it's better to do more reps with good execution than to add uncontrolled load. In the end, dedicating time to strengthening the posterior chain is an investment that directly improves your quality of life. Imagine being able to get out of bed in 10 years without feeling that nagging lower back discomfort or spending an entire day on your feet without pain. That's the kind of benefit the good morning provides. Incorporating it into your routine is a simple decision, but one that will make a huge difference in your future. Number 3. Shoulder tap plank. When it comes to strengthening the core, many people immediately think of traditional sit-ups, but few realize that isometric and stability exercises can be even more effective and safer. The shoulder tap plank is an excellent example of this. It not only works the abdominal muscles intensely, but also strengthens the shoulders, improves balance, and activates the stabilizing muscles of the hips and lower back. Even more importantly, this exercise has a direct impact on your ability to perform everyday movements with greater control and safety. Think about how many times you need to lean on a surface, carry a bag with one arm, or bend over to reach something. All these actions involve core stability and trunk control. When these muscles are weak, the body compensates improperly, which can result in falls, imbalances, or injuries. That's why strengthening this area isn't just about aesthetics. It's about functionality and prevention. To perform the shoulder tap plank, start in a high plank position with your hands aligned under your shoulders and your body forming a straight line from head to heels. Engage your core, glutes, and thighs to maintain stability. Carefully lift your right hand and lightly tap your left shoulder, returning to the floor in a controlled manner. Repeat the movement with your left hand tapping your right shoulder. The goal is to perform the exercise without letting your hips sway side to side, which requires your core to work intensely to stabilize your body. A common mistake is rushing the movement or allowing the hips to move excessively. This not only reduces the effectiveness of the exercise, but can also strain the lower back, so go slow. If it's too difficult at first, widen your feet to increase your base of support and make stability easier. Over time, as your strength and control improve, you can bring your feet closer together for a greater challenge. The benefits of this exercise go far beyond having a strong core. The stability gained improves posture and efficiency in rotational movements, like reaching for something in the back seat of a car, and reduces the risk of injuries in sports or physical activities. Additionally, working the stabilizing muscles is essential for anyone looking to have a solid foundation when performing more complex exercises or lifting heavy loads. Want to switch it up? Try performing the shoulder taps at a steady pace, holding each tap for 1 second before returning to the starting position. This will increase the difficulty and demand even more balance. Another interesting variation is to place your feet on an elevated surface, shifting more of the load onto your shoulders and further challenging your core. Ignoring the importance of body stability is a mistake many people make, especially when they're younger. However, over time, the effects of not strengthening this area become apparent. More frequent falls, back pain, and difficulty performing basic tasks become common. By including the shoulder tap plank in your routine, you'll be protecting yourself from these problems and ensuring a solid foundation for the future. Imagine moving with more confidence, getting up from the floor easily, or even preventing a fall simply because your body is more stable and prepared. That's the kind of lifelong benefit you gain. Number 2. Body weight step up. The step up is one of the most effective functional exercises for strengthening the legs, glutes, and stabilizing the knees. Its execution mimics the natural movement of climbing stairs or steps, a fundamental movement pattern for everyday life. Over time, as we age and leg strength decreases, simple actions like climbing a flight of stairs, getting up from a chair, or maintaining balance while walking can become challenging. The step up is a practical and efficient solution to preserve this functionality. To perform the exercise, find a stable and elevated surface. It can be a step, a sturdy bench, or a strong box. Stand facing the support with your feet shoulder width apart. Place one foot on the elevated surface and press your heel into it, lifting your body until your supporting leg is fully extended. Bring the other leg up, either lightly touching the surface with your foot or lifting it for an added challenge. Then lower yourself in a controlled manner and repeat with the other leg. Slow and controlled execution is essential to maximize benefits and protect the joints. Avoid pushing off with the back foot. All the force should come from the leg on the step. Keep your torso upright and look forward to ensure proper posture. If you want to increase the difficulty, hold heavy objects in your hands or wear a backpack with weight. In addition to strengthening the thigh and glute muscles, the step up improves coordination and balance, vital skills for preventing falls, especially as you age. Falls are one of the leading causes of injuries in older adults, and many of them can be avoided with simple exercises like this. Incorporating it into your routine can make the difference between staying active and independent or facing unwanted physical limitations in the future. Another important benefit is knee protection. Unlike some squats that can overload this joint if done incorrectly, the step up, when performed properly, distributes the load more evenly and promotes safe strengthening of the muscles that support the knee. This helps reduce pain and prevent conditions like osteoarthritis, which becomes more common with age. If you've already noticed difficulty climbing stairs or feel unsteady walking on uneven terrain, this exercise should be a priority. Start with a comfortable height and progress as your strength and confidence grow. Consistency is key. Just a few minutes of dedication can result in years of preserved mobility. Think about how great it will be to keep enjoying your favorite activities, whether it's walking in the park, traveling, or playing with your grandchildren, without worrying about physical limitations. This is the kind of investment that truly pays off. Number 1. Dead bug. We've reached exercise number 1, and I can assure you it's surprisingly effective. The dead bug may seem simple at first glance, but it's one of the best movements for safely and efficiently strengthening the core. Beyond that, it improves coordination, stabilizes the lower back, and protects the spine, essential aspects for preventing pain and ensuring a healthy posture throughout life. To perform it, lie on your back with your arms extended toward the ceiling and your knees bent at a 90-degree angle. Engage your core by pressing your lower back into the floor. Slowly lower your right arm and left leg simultaneously until they nearly touch the ground, keeping your lower back fixed. Return to the starting position and repeat on the opposite side. The key is to avoid letting your lower back lift off the floor. If it does, reduce the range of motion. The dead bug targets the deep abdominal muscles, which are crucial for stabilizing the spine and allowing you to perform daily movements more safely. If you've ever felt pain while lifting something from the floor or noticed your posture worsening over time, this exercise can be the solution. A weakened core puts extra strain on other areas of the body, especially the lower back, leading to pain and harmful compensations. In addition to postural benefits, the dead bug improves coordination between the upper and lower limbs, something often overlooked but directly impacting overall mobility. Think about activities like walking, running, or even driving. They all require this coordination. The better it is, the more efficient and safer your movements will be. For beginners, it's normal to find it challenging to keep the lower back pressed against the floor. In that case, reduce the range of motion of your arms and legs, gradually increasing it as your strength improves. To make the exercise more challenging, hold small weights in your hands or use light ankle weights. By including the dead bug in your routine, you're investing in the foundation of your movement. A strong core is like a solid foundation. It supports all other movements, provides stability, and prevents injuries. Imagine being able to get out of bed in 10 years without pain, squat to pick something up without hesitation, or simply walk more lightly and confidently. These are the kinds of results that a seemingly simple but extremely effective exercise like the dead bug can offer. And the best part? It can be done anywhere, with no need for fancy equipment. All it takes is consistency and focus on proper execution. Your future self will definitely thank you for this decision.